Toastmasters. Fellow Toastmasters and Casey, our honored guest. Taxes paid earlier. Well, taxes paid earlier than when? Personally, I think taxes shouldn't be paid earlier than when we die. I think that the only time we should pay taxes is when we're dead. And then it's not my problem, it's my family's problem. But hopefully I've worked all my life, accumulated money, in which for them to pay taxes. But let's go back to the beginning. The laws of taxes were developed in 1913. And they told us in 1913, it's such a small tax and you got to be making so much money. I think it was $200,000 in 1913 before you had to pay an income tax. And then they slowly, or rapidly, in World War I, they immediately jumped the tax rate up for corporations because they didn't want the corporations making an excessive profit tax. I believe the tax was 70% or 80% of the income. And then they never lowered it. Or they lowered it and then they went up. But it's never been low. I propose it's not about paying them early, it's about not paying them.
I agree with you.
Thank you. We shouldn't be paying taxes. It wasn't the intent of the founding fathers to be taxing us on our income. This is a social idea developed by a gentleman called Karl Marx, who's the father of communism. And he said, each should do according to what they can, and they should get according to what they need. Well, I want you to know, no matter how capable I am, I need more than you're giving me. So who's to say that the person doing less is entitled to more than they're earning or more than they're producing? This is a subjective subject, and you know who always makes the decisions on subjective subjects. Who are the people that always make decisions on any subjective subject? Anybody want to comment?
The politicians.
That's right. The politicians who do nothing and earn nothing except
Steal
milk
from me.
us.
They steal from me.
That's right. They steal from us. And they decide who they're going to give the benefit to. And how do they decide who they're going to give the benefit to? The vote. They sell money for the vote. And whose money are they using to buy the votes?
Mine.
Ours.
That's right, our money. So they use our money to buy other people's votes, to put them in office, and they give them our money in order for them to vote the way the politician wants. So that he takes our money and steals it, and he gives them a little drop of it. So is this any kind of a system that makes any sense? To take money from the people that produce and give it to the people who don't produce? I propose that we eliminate the income tax system completely, and we go to a sales tax. At least a sales tax is, number one, it's fair to everybody, or unfair to everybody, and it's based on your consumption. So if you're making money and saving it, which the economy then uses that for capital to develop and the society to grow, you're not paying taxes on investment capital, you're only paying taxes on the money you spend. And if you don't spend money, you don't pay taxes. Also, the money, the goods that come from foreign countries, we would be collecting sales tax on those goods. We don't make any money on the goods that come in from foreign countries. They don't pay income tax because the profits are back in their home country. So we have huge amounts of foreign corporations, huge amounts of foreign governments, huge amounts of people outside the United States that are getting rich off of us. And they're not paying any taxes. So if we go to a sales tax, it's based on consumption. Now it's true the poor pay a higher percentage of their income on taxes because they consume more. But in terms of dollars, they don't consume more goods than the rich. They will pay smaller taxes. But it's fair overall. Best of all is we start collecting taxes from the foreign entities that are bringing their goods and the U.S. corporations that take their profits and take them out of the country, so we're not even getting the taxes on the money out of the country. Our American corporations take the money out and they're not paying taxes on it. So we have American corporations taking their profits out. We have foreign corporations keeping their profits out. And who's paying all the taxes is the middle class.
Me.
The American middle class. So if we have a sales tax, a consumption tax, a flat consumption tax, it would have to be, by the way, 20%. And we could eliminate all income taxes in this country with a 20% sales tax. They're already hitting us for 9 point something already. So another 10%, and we would be able to eliminate all this money that's not coming to our governments, and there would be no reason for American flight of capital out of the country. So I propose that we join the groups that are campaigning for a flat consumption tax. Join with me in this campaign for equality of the poor, of the rich, and equality of the Americans with the rest of the world, because we're not equal. Madam Toastmaster.